Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 2007 Deluxe Class Final Battle Jazz from the first live action movie. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. I'm going to point out some things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. We're going to have a look at some of the differences between this and the original release of the same figure. We're going to also, there's loads to cover in this video, we're also going to have a look at some of the other figures that were released using the same mold as him. And for what it's worth, and because we've got this figure in the background, we'll have a quick comparison with him and his original Generation 1 self, which you can't see. There he is as well. Right then, like I said, loads to get through, and funnily enough I'm going to start off with the one that's packaged in the background, and the main reason for that is, in fact, if I just bring these here, this, and it's really obvious as soon as I say it, this one stands out straight away because he was one of the only, if not the only, I haven't got them all so I may be completely wrong, deluxe figures from the movie line of these anyway, of the first film, that was released in his robot mode. As you can see, there he is in his robot mode. The normal Jazz and loads of the other figures, especially from the first movie, all came in their alternate modes. And of course the main reason for that is to highlight the differences between this and the normal figure, because in all honesty, apart from the colour of the window, I got wrong last time, you can't really tell much difference. Yes, this is the original, by the way. This has got a nicer sheen of silver, but in the packaging you may or may not notice or detect it. Most of the stuff, in fact 90% of the stuff that's different, is all on the underside of the car, and that is why you can see there that they've packaged this in his robot mode. So we might as well keep these out and have look at a few more of the differences. The windscreen is different, we've got a different sheen, and whilst we're here I'm going to show you something that you need to be aware of, because this one is in fact damaged, and this is to do with the transformation process. You've got these really flimsy tiny little levers and parts underneath there, and these do break. Fortunately enough, I didn't break this one. I've got a tendency for breaking figures, but this one wasn't mine, so that's something to be aware of straight away. The transformation process, because it is quite fiddly and quite time consuming, I have uploaded on a separate video. So yeah, from the outside you can see here you've got just a different slight sheen and the windscreen. But let's move these out of the way. I'm going to keep that there because I'm going to have a look at how we can show you to use some of the accessories in a second. Before we do that, let's have a look at the robot mode then. So this is a bit of a weird figure for me. It's very chunky. The articulation isn't the greatest. Here's this tiny little, I suppose, shoulder joint there, which you can see it's very, very small. It is very, very flimsy, but you've got full articulation around there to the sides. And again, there's just not much room or movement for any of this, so you can see why it is quite easy to damage it. I forgot to show you, of course, in the alternate mode, wheels go around and everything as you'd expect to. We'll have a bit more detail look at that in a second. But so what we're looking at, the main differences is all here. This is supposed to be his exposed circuitry, which you can see, and his conduits, and of course he's got a very, very damaged head. I suppose the main joke of its final battle is it should be in two pieces, a bit like what they've done with Studio Series 86 Cup. You can pull him apart. Otherwise, it's not the greatest figure, to be fair. Some of the movie figures are fantastic. This one's just, it's a bit blocky, it's a bit awkward, and the transformation process, as I said, is quite tricky. With regards to the rest of the articulation, there's no waist swivel, it's fit. It's completely fused there. The hips are the on, yep, ball and socket joint, and you can see what's just happened, and I'm going to explain that in a second. Knees rock backwards and forwards just about, and you've got an ankle tilt rather than a rock, but again mainly for transformation purposes. What I'm going to show you now, this is the automorph technology, and it comes off quite a lot. In fact, that was the waist coming off. If you watch the head here, if I extend, so if I fold like this here, the head goes down and then the whole front of the car comes in. If you bring this down, it pushes the head up, so I'm closing the back down, and when you got it right, sometimes the waist comes off, it'll click into place. What this does is it separates the front and the head pops up, but it can be quite temperamental. So that was the automorph technology. let's have a look at the accessories then. So I've obviously took the spoiler off this one for a second, but what you've got is you've got this whole new accessory, and this is called, let me make sure I get it right, it's wrote on the back of here. It comes with, it just says his new weapon. Where does it say what it's called? It says on here somewhere that his new weapon, it's called a crescent cannon. There we go. So it comes in a few pieces, to be honest, and I've seen this in a few parts. So this part needs to be, so you've got a cutout there and there. You're going to pop this over. Although in the packaging it does all come pieced together, but I've seen these so many times separated. I just wanted to show you what they look like in different pieces so you can know if yours is complete or not. So let's piece this back together. That will fit into there. And the weapon, or the bullet, shall we say, clips in. This is a lovely translucent blue, and to be honest, this has got a bit of a kick on it, bit of venom on that. So what you can do is we can attach this to the back of the spoiler, and what we're going to do, you can see there you've got this cutout, and you can slot this in like so. I'm not going to push it all the way in because now in my luck I'll break it, but it will fit. Let's have a go. Actually, it'll fit over it. I need to tilt it back into position and fit it on. Oh, he says struggling away. It does click in. I've done it before. There you go. And I've knocked the wing mirror off, but if I turn it around, well, the whole wing off, shall we say. Right, please stay there. There we go. You can see what it looks like so. So the only good thing is this was obviously damaged before we started, so it looks okay on there, doesn't it? This all again will all move up and around, and of course, yep, you can see that it fires off. Right, with regards to how the pieces can be formed and used in the robot mode, I'm just going to move that out of the way because it's damaged. So we've got the shield. This can be attached via this port here into the actual wheel. So right in the center of the wheel, you can pop this in place like so. He says, let's get it in. That's better. In it goes, and of course it can spin around because it's on the wheel axis. Now, where you're going to attach the weapon is on the underside of the forearms. If I fold this open, you can see there you've got a tab like so. So what you would do, using now this handle here, this was the bit that was underneath. That was obviously what was clipping on the spoiler. This is the bit that was underneath. What we can do is just like this. Let's attach this into this hole there. Like so. Fold the forearm bit sort of back over, and there you go. There he is with his new oversized giant weapon. It's quite a good weapon, to be fair, and again it does give you that bit more playability and that bit more fun. And I'm just going to leave that. In fact, I'm going to move it over here just for now, because what we can do, we're going to have a quick look at the packaging. So we've seen him already in the robot mode. Interestingly enough, they put the shield up on the side straight away. There's the weapon. There's all the circuitry inside. And it's talking about the automorph technology. I'm going to hold that there, and then you guys can pause it and read it in your own language. And then we've got some advert for some more of the figures released in this toy line below there. Right, let's have a quick look then at some, well, first and foremost, we'll have a look at some other jazzes. So this was, of course, a Target exclusive, and this was the homage to the Generation 1 figure. So the Generation 1 figure looked like this. So they did a lovely homage with the colour scheme on there. They still use the new car, which was this. And yeah, there you go. That's why they did that. Let's move this out of the way. And then, even though, again, as we know, he didn't last till the end of the movie, he still had a Dark of the Moon release, and he also had a Human Alliance one as well, which I've shown in the other Jazz video. So that's that there. And then I suppose the final thing to quickly show you is they use the mold for Smokescreen in Revenge of the Fallen, and that is, of course, using his original weapon from the first use of the Jazz figure. There we go. So hope you found that interesting, guys. Apologies for the way that I was struggling with the damaged one, but I was saving it for this video. And again, you can say the main purpose of it was to show you how easy they do damage, and maybe just to be aware yourself when purchasing them, just to make sure that they show you in both modes, because you could put this together you know, without you even realizing, and you might be buying excuse me, a damaged one or a partially damaged one, or it could be fixed or whatever. Just end of the day, there's some, yeah, obviously you want full clarity from the seller, but there we go. There is a look at your 2007 Deluxe Class Final Battle Jazz. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.